All right, so this is just a quick random rant that I just wanted to do because I'm really mad and I just want to make a random quick rant. But knowing that this is a rant of mine, it's going to take like 10 minutes or longer or an hour. And I don't normally post this stuff because I usually do this to my friends and I don't record it. But just for my favorite two viewers that I love you so much, my favorite two that seem to watch my video, and I will remember when I become um a big VTuber making actually good content. Man, I wish that I had not spent so much time learning about freaking what's it called? Learning English in school because I go to a United States, an American. That's what most foreigners call, but it's actually the United States because America is a whole continent, two whole continents. I hate that they teach you only English in primary and secondary school. All like they teach you it all the way from elementary to high school to middle school to high school, and yet I know all of these words like stupendous. And I like foreigners would probably use context clues and assume, oh, it's stupid. No, stupendous means good. Um, or like um or like livid or like absolutely mortifying. And in reality, no one uses these words. Nobody cares. Okay, no one cares about um uh I'm I'm blanking out really hard right now, but I can't think of any complex words like like I know some. I just I'm blanking out so hard, but I know there's so many pointless big word English words that's only used in like science or used in a very complex manner that no one really speaks of. And I really wish I dedicated more of my time to learning like just straight up avoiding English class in school, like and just telling like, hey, screw you, we gotta learn a foreign language because I barely know any foreign languages that I'm trying to learn on my own right now, and it is so difficult. And the only foreign class I remember is taking Spanish, and that was forced, and I really didn't enjoy it because my Spanish teacher was really mean, and she was teaching me. I found out later she was teaching me pointless like grammatical and like spell the quote unquote correct way of saying a word when in reality a lot of Spanish speakers don't they kind of there's not a good way to describe it, for lack of a better word they kind of for a lack of better word they kind of slur over their speech or use an alternate word for it. So in reality, if you plan on learning Spanish, figure out which home country of Spanish that you would like to learn first. If you would like to learn Mexican Spanish, speak with a Mexican Spanish speaker, or speak with a Spain Spanish speaker, or speak with a Chilean or um or like I'm blanking out again. Holy crap! Like speak with whatever respective Spanish you would like to learn from. Okay, so I freaking hate I hate Common Core. I hate the United States school system. It is so dumb. It is so ridiculous. Like, oh my gosh. Um, I'm still trying to think of another complex word. Um, I don't think fragmented. I don't think that would be considered a complex word. Maybe to a foreign speaker. But that's not really a complex word in English. How about No, that's really a scientific effect. So the word I was gonna say was pasteurization. I'm just thinking of like the most random stuff right now to try to attempt to think of a complex word. But pasteurization is a scientific effect that I think foreigners foreigners of the United States would probably know because that's just a normal effect in food. So like what um I guess what is a complex word that is made of multiple um I can't believe I'm doing this. 1 second. I'll drag it over in a second. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never learned what this word is. So I looked up a random thing. I've actually never learned what this word is. I have no idea what abject is. I can only assume that it's the opposite or similarity of abject, but I'm sure I'll find a word that I recognize in here. Aberration. So an aberration is just an abomination. There's really not a good synonym. It's a thing that shouldn't exist. Abjure. That is to create in a weird sense. Like it's just. What? Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, awesome. Uh, uh, what the heck? Okay, abscond. I know what that is. Accost. Accost. I've seen that in like video games, like mafia video games. Um, adamant. Um, a lot of people recognize this from D&D because of the metal adamantine. It's just tough. You are very, you're very tough about whatever you abdon ab ad. Ooh, yikes! Admonish, adverse, advocate. Um, I've seen affluent before, but people, not even complex people, use that term. And I would consider myself a very complex vocabulary user. I'm like the middle ground between like a person who's using like college level terms, but also using it like using a number of understandable like high school college level like English vocabulary. Because when you get past high school vocabulary, there's no reason to learn any more vocabulary like ambivalent. There's no reason. Alias. There's no like no. Just say nickname. For alias, say nickname or like temporary. I don't like. There's just so many, so many better alternatives to help foreigners speak English because English is relatively important. But at the same time, English is not important enough to learn past a say fifth grade level, maybe arguably a 12th grade level, arguably, because they're if you're going into like certain fields like science, it's anachronistic, um, amorphous, like it's just there's no reason. Just say it's a slime, amorphous. I said Morpheus. No, I did not just say Morpheus. I did not just say Morpheus. Oh my god. And we're not gonna say that word. Antiseptic. If you know what septic means, then you know what antiseptic. Apathetic. Antithesis. Uh, I forgot how to pronounce this, but there's an anime. There's fate anime. Apocryphal. Apocryphal. I'm gonna butcher some of these for the ones I do recognize. Arbitrary, arcane. We don't need arcane. Arcane. That's literally magic. Archetypal. Arrogate. I've never seen this word. That just caught my eye. Ascetic. An ascetic is a person who So the definition of this is a person who practices self-denial. It also means like a person who just wants to live a simple life. Like they consume simple things. They live a simple life, like a life without technology. Like a monk. Monks are typically ascetic. Um, I can't believe this has turned into a rant of me teaching whoever watches this, if anyone watches this, vocabulary. Bane, bashful should not be on here. That is actually a Oh, if you mouse. Oh, nice. Beguile. Um, bombastic. This is spectacular. I'm surprised that's not as spectacular. Um, how do you pronounce this again? Cajole? No, I swear that whatever. Callous. You can have callous hands. That's no, that's dumb. Camaraderie. That it's your friends, like comrades, friends. This is a French word, I'm pretty sure. Capitulate, that means to surrender. Um, happens to war a lot. Candor, um, carouse. This look, this word is learned. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever. Carp. That is that is a difficult SAT word. No fucking way, dude. What the hell? Caucus. I thought this was okay. So this is not referring to the Caucasus region, so never mind. Um, we're gonna skip these words right here. Circumvent, that's fine. That's normal. Clamor, cleave, cobbler. You gotta be kidding me. That's a hard word. I know what a cobbler is. It's a job. It's a profession. It's a profession that was typically used in the medieval. I guess you wouldn't know if you're not in the medieval ages. So let's just scroll through this real quick. Compliment. That's easy. I know like half of this. Conflagration. That's connive, a conniving snake, little rat. Uh, consign. That's a constituent. Blah blah blah. Contusion. That's a wound. A contusion's a bruise, if you're wondering. Contentious. I hope I'm not contentious. Wait, no, contentious? Ah, whatever. Contravene, convival, no, covet, that's easy. Cupidity? Oh, it's a root word of pidity, I think. Debauched. We if you want to know what debauch is used in a manner, you should go look up websites. Debunk, defunct, demagogue, um, derivative. Oh, now that okay, derivative. That's a good example right there. So this is a sciencey word that is not just used for sciencey stuff. Um, it could just mean variant, like a synonym of variant or another type, or so that I like that. So derivative is a word that you would not need to learn because you have other synonym phrase. You have a different type, another type. You have a variant. So like it's just like dude, why who invented this word? You don't need it. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. Okay. Um I'm gonna shut it. Never mind. We're over the 10-minute mark already. Let me just scroll through this quick. We're gonna make it. We're gonna hit 200. Divisive duress. This is used in crime, or this is used in legal laws and crime. Edict. This is used in one video game that I can think of. Embezzlement. Like empirical. We don't freaking need all these words. Okay. Like exaberate. I mean, like it's just like hegemony. We oh, you know what? That's a good example. I bet you don't know what hegemony means. It's pronounced hegemony. It's not pronounced hegemony. It's hegemony. It's like a it's almost like it's like a unified it's like let me just get this definition. I don't like this definition because I feel like that's not a good it's a definition, but it's not a good definition. It's kind of like unification, I would think. It's almost like an oligarchy unification, I feel. But if that's what the definition for this picks, because it's the SAT, whatever. Like, okay, whatever. Impetuous, um, inane. Oh, you say inane to a foreigner? I don't think they wouldn't get it even through like even through context clues and even through context clues and like relation to other words or relation to the to your emotion as you're saying, because let's say like you're really let's say an American, a United States American citizen gets angry at like a foreigner, right? Maybe in Europe, are you inane? They're gonna be like they're gonna think if they don't know English, they're gonna think, is he saying that I'm insane? Or if they know like level one English, like 1 year of English or upwards of like a couple years of English, they're just gonna think like, oh, he's calling me insane. But no, it that is completely different from the definition of being insane, which is like the closest word to this inane, insane. So incumbent, that's used for the president, um, or leaders. So let's see if I can keep this under 15 minutes and just fit insurgent. Why would anyone need to know this? Also, everyone would know this because if you read the news, any news, even your own local news about insurgencies occurring in certain unstable countries with very terrible stability, then you will know what an insurgent is if you just look at the news. Intimidate, intimation. Int. I okay. So I got really confused because I thought it said intimidation, and then I was like, "There's no D in it," so I was like, "Oh, it's intimate," and then I was like, "Wait, no, that's not intimate because there's no intimate doesn't have an imitation." it's intimation. What the hell is this word? I don't like that is somebody made that up. That's not a real word. It cannot be a real word. I refuse to accept in my vocabulary that's a real word. Um, okay, I do not know. L- Legerdemain? That is an interesting word. I like that word. Like it's actually really weird. Inveterate. Uh, licentious. I like that word too, actually. Uh, I know what a maelstrom is. If you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, you know what a maelstrom is, and it's a maelstrom is a whirlpool. No, is that what it's a whirlpool? I think the little spinning vortex in the water. I don't. Is it called a whirlpool? Now I know what a now. No, this is just insane. I know what a maelstrom is, but I don't know what the whirl is. I think it's called a whirlpool. A maverick. Um, you know this if you're a fan of you know, or if you actually learn words like me. It's so nice. A maxim. Yep. Um, negligent. A neophyte. Um, noxious. Wait, I thought I said 200. Okay, we're over the time. Obfuscate. Let's just zoom down. Do. Let's see what 300. Sobriety. Solicitous. Okay, solicitous. Okay, whoops. Subjugate. Subjugate is to you can just read the. I'm not gonna say anything because those that terminology is used in something very profane and very bad. Torpid, travesty. Uh, what's 300? Umbrage. That's something I would not expect actually. So that word. So I don't know this word. I'm just pointing it out. So umbrage. That is interesting because I would assume it's something about darkness because it has the root word umbra in it, and that is that root word belongs to Latin meaning darkness, I think. So that is interesting. Utilitarian. No, actually, utilitarian. I would assume foreigners would know this. I feel because utilitarian is just such a construction site word. Like it's just used very virtuoso, vilify. You know this if you play Fallout. Um, like you can learn so much vocabulary. Zephyr. You would know this if you play space games. I'd say Tirad. Wow, I'm surprised this is the last word. Wily. Um, these two words are not like common. They're pretty bad. But okay, that's it. Okay, I've gone over the mark. I'll see you guys. Thanks for listening to my rant. It's incredibly boring. I'll have to put a warning in my description. It is incredibly boring. I'll see you guys next time. This was interesting. It changed for my content. I will play games eventually. See you later.